What's going on, everyone? Good morning, Vampyr Gaming here. I've been waking up all day to catch this ban list, and at least about 40 minutes ago, we have the development team. Please check out their update details here. This is the ban list. So one thing to note is it hasn't passed on to the English TCG. So this is the rules and restrictions here. So we don't see it just yet. Where is banned accounts? No, that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for banned and restricted. March 17th was the last update, so there isn't an update to the English TCG yet. I just want to open with this since this is like a huge question. If they do announce it, which they could later today, I'll let you guys know. But as it stands, we might have blue, purple, Luffy legal for Nat, So let's go ahead and jump in. So a letter from the One Piece card game development team and management. So I love how they kind of try to break down and make it clear, to all our players who have always enthusiastically played and supported the One Piece card game. This is development and operations team. Thank you very much for your continued enjoyment of the One Piece card game. In today's letter from the development and operations team, we'll be informing you about banned and restricted cards in the One Piece card game. Regarding the policy for revisions and bans, our primary goal in game design is to allow players to enjoy using a variety of decks built around leader cards. Therefore, we consider implementing banned or restricted cards if we determine that diverse leader card play is being hindered by comprehensively assessing factors such as the win rates of decks using specific leader cards, their performances in various tournaments, tournament participation rates, how much of the tournament that deck is accounted for, and their impact on the future game environment. So I love their transparency overall. Even if a card has been banned or restricted, we will consider lifting its restrictions if we determine the future changes in the game or environment deemed possible for players to enjoy tournaments again. The general timing for announcing bans or restricted cards is based on the conclusion of Season 1 of the Championship in Japan and World Finals. That sounds about right. Usually it's around either one of those, the Area Finals or the World Finals, that we get the bans. However, if we determine that a healthy tournament environment cannot be provided, we may ban before the Championship Series. Alright, so regarding the banned and restricted cards, 3 years have passed since the One Piece card game, and various cards have been released, and the leader and characters that play an active role have changed significantly. Therefore, we are introducing prohibited pairs. This is the first time. This should be a Digimon thing, so this is something that they're taking from Digimon from now on in order to provide more detailed support tailored to each user's environment and to minimize the impact of each leader's performance. This is to prevent card A and B from being used at the same time. I think that first, let's just start by breaking this down. I think this is a great solution because sometimes, again, and I've talked about it in my previous ban list videos, there are specific cards that have only been a problem within a select deck. Specific cards that have only been a problem within a select deck. And so this allows you to not ban cards that are playable and useful at the same time. So I am actually all for this because it solves a problem but still leaves it up for because some of these cards are, strong cards, but they're not meta breakers except for in certain decks. That deck, of course, being blue, purple, Luffy. So the forbidden pair is this with Linlin and Katakuri. So you cannot play Charlotte Katakuri or Charlotte Linlin in blue, purple, Luffy. But this allows blue, purple, Luffy to stay. I think these were two problem cards. I lost any time. My win con was to remove this with certain decks. They could just chain 3 Linlin, this combo together. Oh, I get the block of free attack. Oh, I get the block of free attack. I get the swing free twice, and I get the heal life. I'll swing free twice, and I'll tuck heal a life. Things like that. And it created a quite unfun strategy to play against because, I top deck Linlin, I win. And you get to search top 5 to look for it. I like the Snake Man leader, which has me really excited that I still get to continue to potentially play this because I pulled the alt. So I'm really happy there. But I think these two were problem childs, and I think everybody would agree because Sanji isn't the problem, it's the Linlin. And we had the conversation. It's really the leader isn't as bad when you look down the line at Emu. Because this card, yeah, I mean, you get to draw 2 every turn. Emu gets to say summon 5, draw 2, something like that. So, I really like this. I think that this is the correct move by Bandai. I'm glad that they've introduced this new method. They still haven't restricted a card, but I really like this new method. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, but they kind of break it down. The OP11 Luffy deck is designed to be a powerful deck in the early game instead of focusing on increasing the number of cards. It has a large opening in the early and mid game, which were expected to be its weak spots. However, by using these cards in combination, it is possible to close the weakness in the mid game and has an extremely high defensive power, maintaining a high win rate and usage rate. This combination limits the number of decks that can deal with it, and we've determined that it takes away the diversity of the various fighting styles, so we have designated this combination as a banned pair. Again, I think these two together, because like you can't clear bodies because you just like okay, I'll restand, and you're drawing 2 every turn. Banned. You had to do it. You had to do it. Nami is gone. With the new Otama, I mean, literally this deck would be the absolute best deck, no question. I think we all knew that the moment we saw it. As the series progressed, the power of OP03, Nami, here and thereafter referred to as this deck, became stronger than initially anticipated, and the deck's unique strategy deviated from the gameplay we wanted to provide exactly. Like, only one person plays the game. The biggest thing I disliked about playing against Nami is no matter if Nami was designated to win, Nami is going to win. No matter what I could have done to change my game plan, they would have beat me. Because, like, yes, you need to know how to play against Nami, but at the same time, like, you know, you trigger Pilaf, you trigger All-Stars, you statistically are supposed to win. And I'm supposed to lose. So it's like, it takes away from that. It takes away from any interaction, really, in the game. You're playing the game, they're playing something else. You know, everybody calls it solitaire. So I think it was about time. It also limited the ways that they can make cards. So, and I think as we go into expanded format, I think we're going to bring back drawing in blue and trashing, because before you had the bottom deck. And I think for the first time we're going to kind of like, and you couldn't be too powerful on draw either, just because, oh, it goes to Nami. Like the new PRB Marco, everybody instantly was like, oh, draw 2, put in Nami. The Otama's draw 2, trash 1, put in Nami. And like that just literally was the card that breaks the camel's back. So I'm glad that they recognized it. The existence of this deck, you know, limits the expansion of blue cards with the effect of drawing a card. Exactly. And we have determined that this deck significantly reduces the diversity of leaders. For this reason, this card will be banned. You need this for, of course, like the expanded format too. Due to the banning of Nami, a leader with new text P117 Nami will be distributed at a future tournament. Let me know what you think this Nami will do in the comments below. I wonder if they'll still do a win con, which would be weird, or if they're just going to make a leader. But I like when they do that. So now let's talk about it. Regarding the lifting of restrictions, in light of the current environment, we will be unbanning previously banned cards. Who could it be? What could it be? Sakazuki! Sakadoodoo! Y'all know I hate Sakazuki as a character, not as a leader. But this card will be removed from the ban list as determined that does not determine the diversity of leaders in the current environment. So he's made his return. So if you've picked up a Sakazuki leader, you're probably up tremendously. We'll take a look at that in a sec. And then, of course, Kabaji. With Nami being banned, yeah, Kabaji can come back. So by banning one card, they get to bring one back. And again, we kind of get that healthy flow once more. I really applaud Bandai for the moves that they've done. Let's take a look at Sakazuki. So Sakazuki is back, and for some reason, I don't know if I'd pay $105, but Sakazuki is back, baby. Big up. There's always a reason to buy banned cards. Always a reason to buy banned cards. Here we are. This is a, don't buy this. But, yeah, let me know. Do you think we'll see these in English? And are you going to play Sakazuki? Okay, so we actually have the Nami card. So this is the replacement, and according to the rules, you may only play cards with the East blue type in your deck. Also, when your deck has 0 cards in it, you win the game instead of losing. So, They're keeping the flavor. Actually, really cute card here. Really nice leader compared to, I guess the other one had an Akira art as well, which was kind of crazy. But we see here when this leader attacks and deals damage, you may trash the top card of your deck. So you're just now forced to play East Blue, which I think is a decent fix. I think this is probably what this leader should have been. So I can respect it. Because you still get Pilaf, you still get Kaya, you still get Zeph. Like, all the cards that were originally, like, meant for this. You just don't get to play Marco and Otama. So let me know what you all think.